Hello everyone,
I am Yuko,
and I am Exion.
and we are
Team Spain. This is our entry for World Cosplay Summit 2022 Video Division.
The Legend of Zelda.
Breath of the Wild. Majora's Mask.
We hope you like it. The costumes we are wearing for our project are Skull Kid and the Happy Mask Salesman. Both of these characters belong to the video game Zelda Majora's Mask.
We made these costumes for the 2018 World Cosplay Summit preliminaries in Barcelona. Even though they were meant to be costumes for a stage performance, we thought they would fit perfectly for this video contest. In general terms, we like to give a realistic touch to the costumes we made, keeping the spirit of the characters but leaving aside the cartoon style of the original work, imagining how would they look in real life.
We will start this costume presentation showing the Skull Kid costume worn by Exion. The base of the hat is made of different types of foam. We use wire to maintain the shape, and more foam stripes to create that straw effect. The top of the hat is removable. The rings are made of polyurethane decorated with 3D paint, and we use beads, leaves and cords to keep them tied up.
For the Skull Kid face, we made a head from clay, giving it the form we were looking for, covered it using plaster bandages and black Worbla. The eyes are made of transparent Worbla and tinted with glass paint to let me see through. The beak is made of foam and covered with Worbla. For the fabric work, we look for rough textures that allow us to dye, rip and sew it with thick threads. We also decorated these pieces using beads, cords, leatherette, sackcloth, etc.
For the ring belt, we use the same technique as the rings on the hat, trying to give importance to this piece, since it was very visible on the costume. To make these pieces, we use thin brown tights, and we give them wooden texture using 3D paint mixed with latex and brown fabric paint, so it can be easily worn without hindering the movement. We also darkened it with black fabric paint to give some depth. The arm tights were attached to a brown lycra shirt with a hoodie to cover the neck part.
For the gloves, we used the same technique as for the fabric work, adding a white hand embroidery as well as some repainted fake leaves on the forearm part. The fingers of the gloves were made using the same technique as in the arm and leg tights.
The base of the shoes are some slippers, to which we add foam clay to make the pointy shape, and covered them with the same fabric as in the shoe. The rings were made using the same technique as before.
The flute was made using a cardboard tube decorated with 3D paint, painted to give a wooden texture and decorated with beads, cords. Before going into the second costume, we will explain how we did the Majora's Mask, since it was a shared prop between both characters.
For the base, we use 3mm foam, giving it the characteristic heart shape. The eyes and horns were sculpted in polyurethane, and we used cords and wire for the details. Using a pyrographer, we did some knots in the mask. Everything was covered with black Worbla, primed and painted using acrylics. Inside the mask, there are several neodymium magnets so it can be held on Skull Kid's head.
Now, we will get into details about the Happy Mask Salesman costume, worn by Yuko. The wig was stylized to resemble the character's look, the makeup was subtle, and Yuko wore elf ears.
This piece is made of individual scales made of foam, covered with Worbla and painted one by one with golden paint. Each one of them has two holes for them to be sewn onto the base. Every piece of this collar was made using this technique. Everything was sewn into a semicircle made of the same fabric as the vest. The bracelets were made using a similar technique as the collar. Scales that were made individually attached to a base of Worbla so it looked like a consistent bracelet.
For the fabric work, we used cotton velvet to give the salesman a more luxurious look. The buttons of the blouse were hand-covered using damask velvet, as well as the pants cuffs. This piece is made up of damask velvet, lined with a thick fabric to maintain the shape. Different silver trims were used on the front of this part. The whole vest has colored hotfix rhinestones to keep this luxurious look.
We removed the cane from a pair of boots. The pointy shape was also made with hardened foam clay, and everything was covered with the same fabric as the vest. This part also has hotfix rhinestones silver trim on the border, and the hull was painted in silver.
The base structure of the backpack is a hoop bag, full of light cushions to give the shape but still keep it as lightweighted as possible. This structure is covered in fabric, finished with metal eyelets and tied with a thick cord. The backpack also has a little pouch made of leather. Inside of this pouch there is a hand-painted map of Termina, the town where the game takes place. On top of the backpack there is a sleeping bag made of foam and padding darkened with paint. For the masks, each one of them was made using a base paper mask which were modified using foam clay. Then they were covered with plaster bandages, primed and painted with acrylics. Each mask is attached to the backpack with a carabiner and some cords. We decided to put a price tag in rupees as a little Easter egg.
That's everything. We hope you liked it. Thank you so much.